asked if machines might be better leaders than humans.
I believe the humanoid robots have the potential to lead with a greater level of efficiency and effectiveness than human leaders. We don't have the same biases or emotions that can sometimes cloud decision-making.
Honest and truthful, unbiased. Well, our early encounters with generative artificial intelligence have already proven both these claims as false. AIs make things up, and they can be just as biased as us. I've come to Montreal to meet one of the biggest names in artificial intelligence, Yoshua Bengio, Turing Prize winner and a pioneer of deep learning, the system that underpins large language model generative AIs like ChatGPT. He's so worried about what he's helped create that Yoshua joined 350 experts to sign a statement in May 2023 warning that AI is an extinction-level risk like pandemics and nuclear weapons.
I don't think we have another decade before we reach the point where machines are smarter than us. It's time to raise the alarm. We should have done it before. We are at a point where it's urgent for society to think through and be wise about how we prevent catastrophes, how this is going to be used, for what purpose, how do we make sure it doesn't blow up in our face.
What kind of catastrophes are you thinking about?
Many.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So there's already harm that's being done by AI because these systems don't do what we intend. This is called the alignment problem. And people have built systems that were intended to do well in, say, face recognition, but it didn't intend that they would behave badly on people of color. But this is what has happened. And the bad news is we don't really know how to design these systems to make sure they're not going to output things that could be dangerous, that could help bad actors, for example. It could help them with bioweapons, it could help them with chemical weapons, it could help them with cyber attacks. We can think of many kinds of scenarios.
Is democracy safe in an AI world?
No. And it's not because of the AI, it's because of humans, and because once you give very powerful tools to humans, they will use them in all the possible bad ways.
Do you have any regrets about how fast things are going and your role in it?
Regrets? Maybe if I had known how things would unroll, I would have started thinking about AI safety earlier. But I didn't anticipate the speed at which things moved. So maybe regret is not the right word. It's more like I feel compelled to do something about it.
How do we preserve it? How do we put the right brakes on and put the right regulations in place?
The most immediate danger, I think, is not loss of control. The most immediate danger are malicious uses. So we want to reduce the number of people who have access to dangerous technology. So this is the first thing we need to do. We need to control access, we need to have licensing.
Can the big tech companies that are developing AI be the only ones to be overseeing it, or do we need government input?
No, it's clear that it needs government input. We need some concrete benchmarks that say, this you can put in open source because open source is a good thing, but this is too dangerous. Or this system could be exploited by terrorists, and so no, this is not acceptable.
How long do we have to get this right?
We need to plan for the worst, and that could be just a few years, maybe 3, 4, 5 years. If we're lucky, maybe it's going to be 20 years.
AI has come a long way since it started beating humans at chess. It's no longer a game. We thought we'd always be the kings and queens of our destiny, and that the machines were our pawns. Unless we make our next moves very carefully, it might be the other way around.